You guys are not going to believe this. Watch this video. Let's discuss at the end. It's a short video. Watch.
The biggest problem, and I kept saying this even before election, the biggest weakness and the biggest threat that presidential campaign had was Labour Party. If Mr. Peter Obi had run as an independent candidate, there's no how they would have been able to rig. There is no how. Because it was dependent on party. The party first of all went on for them to even release this thing. Oh yeah, let's be able to impute agents or whatever. That's what they did. They changed everything. They were the biggest threat that we had. They thought even the Obidients, they saw the Obidients as their enemies. I kept telling them, I said, you guys are the ones that are going to be the party in power, not us. They can't think big. Their small-mindedness was the reason why Tinubu was able to rig election.
When I said something similar to this about 3 weeks ago, it was greeted with some very serious dragging. They dragged me. But thank God for some of you out there who actually also came out to defend me. But the truth of the matter is that coming from Aisha Yesufu saying this, it has a lot of meaning and a lot of connotation. Number one, I have said it from the beginning that yes, INEC contributed, Tinubu contributed, the judiciary contributed, APC contributed, but they couldn't have successfully rigged out Peter Obi if the main determining factor did not work against Peter Obi. And what is the main determining factor? You heard it. Labour Party, Abure. Number one, they were hoarding the polling unit result agent list. They were hoarding it.
Aisha Yesufu, I was responsible for polling unit agents. 130-something thousand polling unit agents. There's a statement that Mr. Abure made that they had made the polling unit agent list available. That's a lie. It took a long time. I think we got it like 24 hours before. Even the people that were going to do training, when they kept asking, it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The party didn't want to release those polling unit agents list. You kept asking for it, you kept asking for it, you kept asking for it.
So they didn't release it until 24 hours before election day. And guess what? When it was election day and it was time to pay, it was discovered that they were fictitious names, fake names.
After they finally gave us the party agents list, they didn't give us the list on time. I think it was 24 hours to the election that they finally gave us the list. On the day of election, we had set up everything. We started paying the polling unit agents. Then something was amiss. So we now, okay, randomly, let's call some of the numbers that we had. We're calling numbers. You will call someone, maybe the name is male, a female is answering, or is female, a male is answering, and they're asking you, they don't know what you're talking about. What polling unit agent, what this, what's that? It was like magic. And immediately I said to my team, I said, stop payment. Yes, I did. I said something fishy is happening. That was when we realized that those Abure's people, the Labour Party, had given us fictitious names. Most of the names there weren't the names that were supposed to be there. They had been changed. Yes, I am saying this. If they want to go to court, please, let us all meet in the court. We found that the names that were on that list were not the names that were supposed to be. Names had been changed.
Mind you, there were Obidients that were willing to be agents free of charge. They didn't want to get paid. They were passionate enough, so passionate, that they wanted to be agents free of charge. Yet, Abure removed their names. He did not even take their names. He put the names of fake people there. I'm not the one who said it. It's Aisha Yesufu. And you heard it. She's ready to go to court if they want to defend that statement. They put in fake names in there. And you know what? In fact, I said it a year ago. I did about 7 different videos on this channel saying that polling unit agent. In fact, in one of the videos, I said we need 3 polling unit agents per polling unit, and we could have gotten volunteers to do that. 176,000 polling units. Multiply that by 3. If Peter Obi wanted 600,000 volunteer polling unit agents that are passionate and diehard, he could have gotten it. But Abure and the Labour Party would not have that. They were so fixated on the money they will get from the election that they did not care about Peter Obi winning. It was not like they were hopeful that Peter Obi will win anyway. But at least when they saw the atmosphere, you would have thought that they would give it their all. They didn't even put in their list. Everybody was fixated on what they would take from Peter Obi. They were just in there to cash out. And you heard it. And that's the most important thing. And that's the takeaway I want us to have from this video. If we don't take anything away, let's take this one. It's not time. We have passed that time to be angry or that time to pass blame. No, we have passed it. You can't cry over spilled milk. What is done is done. But lessons must be learned so that we can avoid them or correct them in the future. So if there's nothing you took out of this video, please take this one thing. If Labour Party did not sabotage Peter Obi, Tinubu, together with INEC, together with the judiciary, would not have been able to rig Peter Obi out. Very, very germane statement. And this should give us hope for 2027. That Tinubu is indeed beatable. Forget that he was not president or in power in 2023. Now that he is in power, it's even worse for him because the policies he has put in place has alienated him from the people. It has alienated him. So, in fact, he is more beatable now. He is more defeatable now than he was in 2023. We just need to know this so that we can put in our effort and put in our contribution so we can have and take back our country in 2027. You need to even see another video.
At any rate, why did any of the two sets of petitioners not tender even a single polling unit result issued by INEC to their polling unit agents to support their claim of manipulation of election results by INEC, even as they all agreed that they had agents in the polling units? I have thought that this is the best and most effective way of proving the manipulation of election results alleged by them. After all, the polling unit is the only place where voting takes place, and so also constitutes the building block of election results.
If we just had polling unit agents that were passionate and did not sell out, mind you, out of the polling unit agents that we had, not all of them that were even polling unit agents were loyal. Many of them sold out. Many of them sold out, and that was why the INEC officials were able to rig it at the polling unit at the World Collation Centers. If only we had polling unit from EC8A, and then we had a collation center, our own collation center, where we computed our own result to take to the world, to take to the local government, to take to the state, and to take to the national. It would have been difficult and almost impossible for INEC to rig us out. It would have been difficult for Tinubu to rig us out. It would have been difficult for the judiciary themselves to rig us out because, like you heard from this video, even the judiciary recognizes that the polling unit is the very fundamental, the very basic component of our election. They recognize it. That was how Adeleke was able to win in Osun because of polling unit results. So the reason why this video is actually pertinent and very important for us, right, is because there is this narrative they are driving now. It's a propaganda. And remember, I said that propaganda is one of the 7 strategies that Tinubu has to play on in order to force himself in office beyond 2027. Propaganda. So this propaganda that is currently ongoing now, the propaganda is this, that Tinubu cannot be defeated. Tinubu can be defeated. You just saw it now. The fact that Peter Obi was rigged out in 2023 was not because Tinubu was perfect or great at his strategic approaches, whether in terms of violence, electoral violence, whether in terms of disenfranchisement, whether in terms of buying up INEC, whatever it is, judiciary and all that, it was not because of any of those factors. It was just because we had in-house sabotage that sabotaged Peter Obi. That was all. So going forward, please know this. We can defeat Tinubu in 2027.